Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and this is a clip from Jim Gaffigan. I've seen, again, I'm trying to find, I mean, it's not so much find, but I'm trying to watch clips of stand up and comedy and comedians that I haven't seen, and sort of TV shows and sitcoms as well. And I've not seen a lot of Jim Gaffigan stand up, but I know I've seen clips of it because I've got memories of it being very, very funny. But I know him from there was a TV show called That 70s Show a long time ago, and I love that show. I've seen that show several times. It's brilliant. And he's in it, and he's really funny in that show. Really funny. I think he falls in love with one of the girls because I remember him being in the kitchen and he keeps trying to not say "I love you," but then he just keeps saying it anyway, and it's really funny. Yeah, so that was the first time I'd seen him. So we're going to watch some stand up, and this is called British versus Americans. And I travelled America when I was younger, so I've met some Americans, quite a few. Let's see how funny it is.
I do enjoy traveling to other countries, seeing how different, but essentially similar we all are. Like the UK is not that different from the US. You know, if anything, you go over there and it seems like British people are trying to be different from Americans. They're like, oh, you drive on the right side of the road, then we're gonna drive on the left side of the road. Oh, you call your mother mom, then we're gonna call ours mum. Oh, you call that a cookie, then we're not going to the dentist. I know that's cheap.
I don't know where this whole dentist thing came from, you know. I mean, my teeth aren't fantastic, but Americans, on average, do seem to have nicer teeth, which is really annoying, because when they make fun, it's like, well, we can't really defend ourselves that much.
I know that's cheap. I did notice something when I was over there. You know, British people, they don't say the before hospital. You ever notice that? They're like, hospital? I was feeling knackered, so I went to hospital. Whenever they would do that, I'd say, stop that, that's wrong and weird. Are you trying to sound like a polite caveman? And I had a friend from London, he was like, what makes you think you're doing it properly? And I go, because I'm American and we invented the English language.
Or she did.
It was a pet peeve of mine, so I did some research. You know why British people don't say the before hospital? Because they're dicks. Yeah! I know that sounds harsh, but admit it, British people always talk to Americans like we just walked into their jewelry store with 2 full bags of garbage. May I help you? Are you lost?
We are dicks. 1000%. I'm never going to argue with that. We are definitely dicks, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with it.
Obviously, I love the Brits, and I would never do those jokes there. I have been lucky enough to perform in the UK a couple times, and one time I was walking through Piccadilly Circus, which, for the record, is a horrible circus. There's no animals. And no, I was walking through Piccadilly Circus, and I saw they had an M&M store. And I looked at that M&M store, and it just made me think of all the things the British have given the Americans. Like our language, Shakespeare, the Magna Carta. And I looked at the M&M store, and I thought, now we're even. When I looked at the M&M store, I wasn't even embarrassed to be American. I was ashamed to be human. Because has anyone at any point in their life thought, when are they gonna open an M&M store? Sure, I can buy M&Ms absolutely anywhere, but I like to buy in bulk, in a pro-M&M environment. Obviously, we don't need an M&M store. We don't even need different colored M&Ms. They all taste the same. They're just bits of chocolate shaped like Advil. With an M on it. They're not even M&Ms, they're M's. We don't do that with anything else. You want some raisin and raisins? Go ahead. Grab a handful of raisin and raisins. No, I don't even know how many M&Ms or M's they would have to sell in London to justify Piccadilly Circus real estate, but this M&M store is massive in the UK. It is 3 levels, which I guess makes sense, because the first level, so you can buy M&Ms. The second level, so you can buy more M&Ms. And then the third level, so you can jump to your death. Because you wasted time in an M&M store when you were in London. By the way, I don't have any judgment. If you personally enjoy going to the M&M store, that's fine, but obviously you shouldn't vote. I was with my kids at the time, and they wanted to go to the M&M store, because little children only want to do horrible things. Kids never want to do something fun, like sit in a dark bar and drink beer. And I remember standing there with my kids, and I was aware that there were other parents with their children in the M&M store, because that's what you do as a parent. You do things with your kids because you love them. But I realized in that moment, I don't love my kids that much. I love them enough to walk by the M&M store. Jim, you're a monster. But being a parent is not that different from being a tourist. It's essentially the same experience. In both, you walk around exhausted, spending money you don't have, while you look for a bathroom. It's the same experience. I would do anything for my wife. I'm aware of that. But there are people that are more romantic. Prince Edward abdicated his right to the English throne for the woman he loved. Isn't that unbelievable? He was forced to choose between the woman he loved or being King of England. And that idiot chose the broad. Now, I'm sure in that moment it was the right decision, and I'm happily married, but even in the best relationship, each person has thoughts where they go, I've made an enormous mistake. But we never thought I could have been King of England. Do you think Prince Edward really ever got over that? Every time he had to empty the trash, he's like, the King of England doesn't have to empty trash. The King of England can chat with his ex on Facebook. Can you imagine what kind of news event that abdication was in the UK? There must have been, he's gone mad. We should get him to hospital. Jim, your British accent is getting worse. Why wouldn't you take 5 minutes and learn a good accent? It's just lazy. It's just lazy. Wow.
There he is.
That was amazing. I feel like we really connected. I think you're ready to move the relationship to subscribe. If the button wasn't down there, subscribe. Just do it.
That was a weird face to pause on. I will subscribe, Jim. That was funny. I love his on-stage persona is just brilliant. The way he goes from goes down to the soft voice, and then he goes normal, and then he goes high pitched. It just makes everything way funnier. He did remind me of somebody when he did that soft voice thing. It reminded me of another comedian, but I can't think who it was now. I think it was, but yeah, that was funny. I do want to see way more of him because he was great. He's just that sort of, and that is, it's not a fourth wall break, is it? Is it? When he does a joke and then talks about the joke and how he did it, so he's talking about not doing a better British accent and stuff like that. I like how he does that. I'm sure I've seen him do that before. I think that's why I liked him so much, because he'd say something and then he'd talk about the fact that he said it, almost like he's having a go at himself. But yeah, that was funny. I enjoyed that. So yeah, any more Jim Gaffigan clips you want me to check out, send them my way. Yeah, and I'm sure, because the thing is, I'm watching these clips, and I do eventually want to just sit down and watch all the specials of certain comedians that I've not watched. But my nose sounds very bunged up. But yeah, good stuff. Usual stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Send some more Jim Gaffigan my way, or anybody similar you want me to check out stand-up comedian-wise, either in America or elsewhere in the world. and I will see you next time.